Welcome back to the channel, my brothers. My name's Andy Art and this is the Brotherhood of Men, and today I want to ask a question of you, my brothers. Are you a good guy or are you a nice guy? But more importantly, which would you rather be? Let's get into the video. So, good guy versus nice guy. That's what the thumbnail says. So what's this video about? Well, think of those two epitaphs, good guy and nice guy, and think how it makes you feel about those two words, those two titles, good guy and nice guy. Whenever you think of a nice guy, do you have positive imagery of what a nice guy is? Do you have positive imagery or negative imagery when somebody says they're a good guy? I think by the time this video's through, watch it all the way through and share it with your friends so that they can understand the difference between being a good guy and being a nice guy, and which is the most preferable that you'd want to be. I'm going to give you a perfect example actually before I start. A couple of years ago, a girl actually, a very young woman, she was 20 years old. She said, and she thought she was complimenting me. She said, "Oh, I saw you pulling into the car park of the local supermarket. I was with my mum." And she said, "Oh, there's Andy. He's a genuinely nice guy." Now, she said that thinking that she was complimenting me. Excuse me. And I said to her, I went, "What? A nice guy? Nice? I'm not nice. Biscuits are nice. The tiles in my bathroom are nice. I've got a nice rug in front of the couch in my living room. I'm not nice. I'm bloody brilliant. But I'm not nice. Sometimes I'm good, but I'm never nice." And instantly her eyes lit up and she backed up. She goes, "Oh no, I meant it as a compliment. I mean, you are a good guy." Instantly. And this goes back to a video I made a while back saying about the negative compliments, negative comments women are more positive to. Because I shut down her calling me a nice guy, she was instantly interested. Well, she was interested before, but the problem was, I mean, this was only a couple of years ago. I was 56 then. She's a 20-year-old woman, and don't get me wrong, she was attractive and that, but it just felt a little bit creepy. And I'm already in a committed relationship. I'm a good guy. I don't want to be doing that sort of thing. But each time I bumped into her from that day forward, oh, she flirted with me. Oh, you couldn't help it. She was doing all the hair thing and constantly touching when she's talking to you, and I just used to shrug it off, shut it down. That just made her more interested in me, because that's how women operate. You never want to be thought of as a nice guy, but you do want to be thought of as a good guy, and there is a world of difference between the two. Think about somebody you've been introduced to or has been talked about who says, say your car broke down and you said, "Oh, I've got to get my car fixed and it's going to cost me a fortune," and your friend of yours says, "Oh, you should see this guy I know, he's a mechanic, he'll have a look at it for you," and you go, "Oh yeah, I'm a bit, mechanics, they can sometimes rip you off." "Oh, don't worry, he's a good guy, he'll give it to you straight, he'll tell you what it'll cost all beforehand and that, he's a good guy." You don't think then that this guy's going to try and rip you off because a friend has vouched for him. He said he's a good guy. And that's really important to men, is that another man that you know and probably trust their opinion has said he's a good guy. He didn't say he was a nice guy. He said he's a good guy. How many times have you heard this when somebody says, "Oh, you should meet this guy I know. You've got so much in common. He's a good guy, just like you." And you go, "Oh." And when you meet them, you've got more of a positive reception to this guy because he probably has similar views to you. He's a good guy. Nice guy is something women say about simpy men, somebody they're using. "Oh, he's such a nice guy. He's always there when I want to go out for a meal and he pays. Oh, he's such a nice guy. Oh, he's a really nice guy." He's such a good listener. He's such a nice guy. He's also a listen. When I had my last breakup with Chad, he was there, and I had his shoulders crying. Oh, he's such a nice guy. The connotations that you hear of nice guy are never anything good, but the connotations you hear when you hear he's a good guy are usually good. So which are you? Are you a nice guy? Are you constantly being used by women? Or are you a good guy who women turn to with intent? And that's the important word there, with intent. They want to move things along with you. A nice guy expects things to happen to him, good things to happen to him, just because he's a nice guy. A good guy only expects things to happen, good things to happen to him, if he earned them. A good guy has goals. He sets towards them and expects to achieve them from his own intellect and his own hands to achieve, because he's a good guy. A nice guy thinks things are going to fall into his lap, very much like a woman. You will find that nice guys are very feminine. Good guys are masculine. Good guys sit in their masculinity and know what they achieve, they have achieved. Nice guys are sitting in femininity when they're men, expecting things to fall in their lap, just like they do for women. They think if they do nice things will happen to him. A good guy does good things because it's the right thing to do. So which do you want to be, my brothers? A nice guy or a good guy? A nice guy is the type, when things don't work out for him, he goes on a killing spree. He goes mental. He has a mental breakdown. He goes bonkers. He lashes out to the world around him because he's a nice guy. These things shouldn't happen to him. He's a nice guy. A good guy is more stoic. Things go wrong. He knows things are going to go wrong. He probably planned for things going wrong, because good guys do. He shrugs it off. If it's not life-changing, you live and learn. That's a good guy's attitude. You live and learn. These things happen. Luckily, I made contingency plans. Nice guys don't make contingency plans. It's, oh God, what happened? I'm a nice guy. This shouldn't happen to me. Women talk about men as good guys and nice guys as well. The nice guys are the ones they're using for things. They're the ones they get back to on their time scale. The nice guys sat by the phone waiting for that text, waiting for that phone call from a woman he's interested in. A good guy works on his own schedule. If he's texted a woman and she hasn't texted him back, oh well, move on, next one. He doesn't double text. He doesn't try to ring up. Oh, I wondered if you got my text. Nice guys do. So which do you want to be, a nice guy or a good guy? Now, here's the good thing. If you're a good guy, you're already a good guy. You don't need anybody else's approval. You know what you're doing is right, and you'll carry on doing that. You don't need anyone's validation of you being a good guy. You do things that are good because it's the right thing to do. You live your life to your own rules. You quite literally march to the beat of your own drum. If you're a nice guy, you can become a good guy by not being a nice guy. And that doesn't mean going the complete polar opposite and become an absolute monster and a tearaway. That's just you being a nice guy in a different way, thinking you're going to get something from it. First of all, you have to realise, if you are a nice guy, if you've got people using you and you think that if you allow that, something good will happen to you. No, the first thing a nice guy needs to do is stop letting people use them. Start saying no a little bit more. Start being a little less available, especially to women. And slowly they will become good guys. But one thing a nice guy can really do to change his life is start associating with good guys. Because a good guy will tell him to his face, stop being such a wimp, stop being such a simp, and stop being such a pussy. Because good guys find other guys and they build bonding friendships. A good guy knows he can rely on his friends, because a good guy's friends know that they can rely on him. A nice guy is constantly moving between different social groups because he can't create a bond of friendship with other men because he's a nice guy and they see him as a nice guy and avoid him because nobody wants to be associated with a simp. So which are you? I think you, my brothers, I think you're good guys. I think you're good guys because I read your comments. But I bet you know a nice guy. I bet you know a guy that a woman talks about and says he's a nice guy. And you shut that crap down if any woman ever says to you, you're a nice guy. Do like I did. Biscuits are nice, the tiles in my bathroom are nice, I've got a nice rug in front of my couch. I'm not nice. I am good sometimes, but I'm very rarely nice. Do you agree with me? Do you think this is just the rant of a madman, or do you agree that what I'm saying makes sense and that you would be liked to thought of as a good guy, but not as a nice guy? So when I said right at the beginning, good guy versus bad guy, I think in that scenario the good guy always wins. The nice guy is the anti-hero, he's the villain. A good guy is a hero. He's the one who stands up, he's the one who does the right thing. And I think you, my brothers out there, are good guys. Anyway, at the very least, give this video a like. It helps the channel. Share this video with somebody you think is being thought of as a nice guy, but you know is really a good guy. Put his mind on the right track. And of course, comment down below. Do you agree with me? Do you agree with the idea of good guy and nice guy and how women treat them differently? If you do, leave me a comment. Anyway, my name's Adia, this is the Brotherhood of Men, and I'm going for a cup of tea, because I think I've earned one, don't you? And you, my brothers out there, as I always say, you take care of yourself, because if you don't, who will? And I'll talk to you soon. Bye now.